your own. They did. They made Parler and Big Tech literally took them down. Doesn't that make you scared? Amazon controls half the internet. Not defending Parler, just wondering. Okay.
F.
Except the difference is Twitter, Facebook, MySpace. There have been numerous fucking websites. Okay. Snapchat, WhatsApp, Instagram. A lot of them have been sucked over by Facebook, and you should absolutely fucking cut these companies apart. Chop them up. Bust that trust, baby.
Thank you for indoctrinating me.
However, those are all originally competitors to those big fucking tech giants. Do you understand? So clearly, if you are a competitor to a big tech giant and you are not created exclusively to host psychotic terrorists or exclusively to host Nazis, and on your platform, you don't have people very openly agitating to do acts of terror, then you'll be fine. You can become the next fucking Twitter. Okay? Maybe. The problem is their competition or the way they want to edge out the competition is literally by saying, oh no, we're going to have a website that hosts Nazis. Do you understand? You can't do that. I mean, you literally cannot do that. So we can talk about precedent all day long. We can talk about the problems of free speech and how, this is damaging the free speech or whatever the fuck. But the reality is, if you have a fucking website that literally works to have psychotic fucking MAGA dudes running around and like believing in conspiracy theories that brainwash your boomer parents, then yeah, it's going to get fucking owned. The best way to enforce a competitive market, is by, and I hate to say this to all the libertarians in my audience, I guess, I don't know if you guys are watching Hank Pecker, and that's why you think like this is a right libertarian, free speech loving Twitch broadcast. But if you want to enforce like free market competition, baby, you have to have the government interfere and regulate and make sure that competitors aren't sucked up by the big tech giants.
Thanks,
as
Clipper.
They are currently sucked up by the big tech giants. WhatsApp grows, Facebook buys it. Instagram grows, Facebook buys it. Snapchat grows, Facebook tries to buy it. They can't buy it, but they bought Instagram already, so they try to turn Instagram into Snapchat. By the way, like what they're doing on Parler as a platform, like if your platform is literally dedicated to like no free speech restrictions, baby, and then it predictably turns into a platform where people are plotting out terror attacks, as they still are, by the way. Like literally until yesterday, there were people on that platform that were straight up like, we're going to arm ourselves once again for the inauguration. We are planning a complete armed insurrection in every fucking state of the country. You can't do that. Do you want that to happen? Do you want your boomer parents to go out and get fucking killed because they're boomers and they saw a despicable meme 4 years ago, which by domino effect led them all the way down to like storming your fucking state capitol with a bunch of hogs that are kitted out with every tactical thing you can get from like Black Rifle Coffee 1488.com with flex scuffs trying to arrest your fucking comptroller and then getting shot by the National Guard. Is that what you want? Because if you fucking do not keep this shit in check in any meaningful capacity, that's what's going to happen. Your parents are going to see despicable memes 4 years ago, and before you know it, they're literally storming the fucking Capitol and like probably dying because they're because their little achy breaky heart can't handle that level of physical activity, while Air Force veterans kitted out in like fucking plate carriers straight up fucking stampede over your hog parents dying, okay, as they try to bring their flex cuffs in to the Capitol buildings, the state Capitol buildings, to hog tie comptrollers. Do you understand? Is that what you want? That's what's happening. This isn't a race issue. Did I even mention race at any point in what I just said? Did I mention race at all? Unless you mean minions. Is that the race? Are you accusing me of why is it that psychotic right-wingers
4 months being radicalized?
Why is it that psychotic right-wingers are the first people to be like, this is not about race? Why would you bring up race? I didn't bring up race. You did. You know why you brought up race? Because of course it's about race. Everything is about fucking race, dumbass. There's still plenty of racial wounds that have not been fixed in this country, that have not been healed in this country. So you and I both know that, of course, white supremacy plays a role in it. But even if I don't mention it at all, you fucking know. And that's why you're like trying to counter. You're trying to counter before I even bring it up. I was not even going to bring it up. Oh, why'd you bring up race? Like, I didn't. You did, motherfucker. Yeah. Argued that the reason has less to do with the whole constitutional free speech aspect and more with just the Google itself has rules and regulations for what can go on in its app store. Just like Twitter, it's a private company. Same with Amazon, Apple, etc.